Welcome back everybody to the WPC Grand Finals. We've got Game 4 coming up. Currently the series stands 1-2 in favor of IG. I'm Gods from Beyond the Summit. Joining me once again is Baseskip. Are you ready for Game 4, Baseskip?
More than ready for Game 4. I'm excited.
That's good. I'm excited too. We got ourselves a little break. I got a snack to eat, much like I imagine the players did. I think that was their dinner break. So I think the rest of the series is going to be played out in straight from here with your normal 5-minute break between matches. So guys, Game 4 underway. DK finally getting a game in this best of 7 series. Last time they didn't win any games in the 3 games before the lunch break, but this time around they did manage to stag one. So we'll see what they have in store for us here in game number 4.
Well, it's looking like a pretty familiar draft so far. We flipped sides again, and it looks like there might not be selection involved, unfortunately, since we again have this again swapping of the sides, and again IG ending up with Dire and first pick. So I don't know. Personally, again, I like to see the selection, and I like to know what the teams think, but it looks like that's maybe just the decision for this epic best of 7.
Yeah, we've already, our Skype call has reached 6 hours almost, and we've had 3 games.
Oh well, I knew what I was getting into. So
I'd about to say if you're meant to be studying for some exams or something, so if you don't pass your courses, I feel like you can maybe blame/sue BTS for that. So please go easy.
There you go. There you go.
Make us reimburse you for your
I'll
classes.
charge you guys for my classes for the semester.
Yeah.
Nah, it's fine. I want to be here. I would be watching this anyway, so I'd definitely be distracted. So much rather just be sitting here casting, and I'm having a good time. So the other thing that makes it through, I think, for the first time this series is going to be the Brewmaster. So
yeah,
DK immediately snagged that. IG feeling like they can't look past the Lycan, though. Didn't work out for them last game, though they are over on the Dire side this time around. So a little bit more of a competitive edge offered to him there. But yeah, this Enchantress continues to be the sticking point as well for IG. They are just not going to let DK have it.
And the Doom as well. We've seen Doom banned 3 games in a row in the first stage. I think some games by IG, some by DK, so it hasn't always been the same team banning out the hero. But DK get Brewmaster as well as the Nature's Prophet, so that puts Prophet into your offlane. Brewmaster could be mid or safe lane. Either way, it's most likely Burning playing the Brewmaster. Brewmaster being a micro hero, not one of Mushi's fortes, as good of a player as he is. So IG, well, push didn't work in Game 3. Let's try it again Game 4 with even more push.
Yeah, it could also be, I guess, maybe an Ice Brew with Burning handling the Nature's Prophet. That's something that we have seen occasionally from DK. That was another one of their adjustments as far as potentially picking up the Invoker for Ice, that they would run Ice and Invoker, and Burning would actually handle an offlane Prophet, but we'll see. And IG just going to add a little bit more pushing flair to the lineup, grabbing themselves a Shadow Shaman. So nothing too outrageous just yet. And also really nice to have some more lockdown against the Brew. So I think a pretty solid pickup overall for them here.
Well, Naga's now been elevated to ban status after that Game 3.
Yeah.
Which I think reasonable, all things considered. Although with that said, Mushi not really a Brewmaster player. If they pick the Naga Siren, who would actually be... what would Mushi be? Maybe Mushi plays the Nature's Prophet. Maybe he plays the Naga Siren. I guess he used to play a lot of carry, so definitely something he could theoretically do, and DK are pretty flexible with their picks. But for now, DK ban out the Bristleback. I like this ban a lot. It's one of those heroes which you combine with the pushing power of their team and just put a huge tanky beast in the front lines, and it's really hard to fight into them. And one of those heroes that can just kind of tank up all the primal split damage output, even if he does get thrown up in the air a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And IG just worried about a little bit more push, so they're going to be getting rid of the Dragon Knight here. And what else could we be seeing? DK still have plenty of options as far as the rest of their draft is concerned. Of course, they can still pick up another core. And like I've talked about in the past, just use the Brewmaster as a springboard for the Nature's Prophet and whatever their safe laner is going to be. Or they can definitely just look to pick up something more teamfight oriented and just bring the fight to IG in the mid game, which is a really nice way to deal with the Lycan overall. And well, it's made it through, so I think nobody should be surprised, especially after the performances that he's put on so far this tournament, to see the MMY Lion secured right now.
All right. Well, yeah. This guy's line
B,
is
B, 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 B. Yeah, it's crazy.
undefeated in the playoffs so far. The 2 games they lost, they weren't picking the MMY line, and they quickly realized the wrongdoing of their ways and changed it in game 3, picking it up once again. So
Okay,
we'll
so
see.
the Chen has made it through. It's been a trap up until this point
I
in
think
the
it's still a
series.
trap.
Yeah.
I don't really like. I think Chen's kind of weak at the moment. I think it's a really niche pick, but I just don't think Chen's current place is that strong. It's too easy to stall games, and it doesn't offer you enough pressure in the early levels. It's down. The hero just becomes so useless. And we saw also the game where it was the game against Alliance where they ran Chen and Doom just like camped in the jungle, couldn't really be pushed out of the jungle and scattered out everything. So I just don't see Chen being anywhere near as versatile as Enchantress. Because if you're an Enchantress, you just take whatever creeps come your way, even if they're like harpies, because you can just go spam a lane with them or mana burn a lane with a satyr. So you've got so many more options as an Enchantress when it comes to jungling.
Yeah, definitely the more versatile pick. Wow, look at that! Look at that yawn from Ferrari. He's
Not just Ferrari. There's the
yeah.
YYF yawn as well.
everybody's getting a little bit snoozy, and I mean these have been really mentally draining games as well. The three so far, so you know that these players have to be feeling it. I mean, as much as they are experienced professional players, they've had their fair share of extremely long series. It
Yep.
still takes a lot out of you, despite all of that. So
Mushi's happy, he's laughing, he seems energized. It's also hard during the draft. Like during the draft, it's like you're sitting there just watching and thinking. So that's where it's like you get your yawns out. But once the game started, it's not like you're tired
pure
or sleepy
focus.
during the draft.
Yeah.
You're maybe not as sharp as you maybe it's reflecting your play not being as sharp as otherwise, or your reaction time suffering. But you're never really at risk of like falling asleep during an actual game. That's where you actually really wake up a lot.
Yeah, definitely not. And DK, now they're going to be going for the Weaver. It's reasonably well positioned here. It does have that aspect of being able to ensure the late game a little bit as well. For Burning, it's a hero that he plays quite a bit. So I guess that actually, yeah, I wonder who's going to be playing what this game for DK, because again, there's that elephant in the room of Mushi not really playing stuff like Brewmaster that much.
Yeah. I would guess it's a Mushi Weaver, but
yeah, Mushi Weaver, and yeah, I think that makes
Burning
sense.
Brewmaster and then Ice on the offlane Prophet, but we'll see.
Does Ice ever play the Brewmaster, or is it always Burning when they pick it? I don't actually know.
Ice has played it when it's offlane.
Okay.
And maybe mid. I've only seen them do safe lane Brewmaster and offlane Brewmaster. This is going to be likely a mid Brewmaster here though, but we'll see them swap around some of these roles. Clockwork gets fourth picked by IG. So there's your offlaner for YYF. As Burning takes a sip of something. That's probably like some Chinese energy drink going on. He looked awake. He looked sharp. I want to know what's in that. That's what I know.
He's got it.
He took a little sip and then like looked back with like a little smirk on his face. Like, yeah, we got this.
Yeah, we're awake. We're feeling energetic. We're looking good. IG with this Clockwork pick are again putting themselves in a situation where I feel like the late game isn't theirs. I mean, they could still take something like a semi-carry for mid and shore things up a little bit more, but I feel like it might just be better to continue going in with the push strat that they kind of have going on right now. The Weaver and the Nature's Prophet are a little bit slow to start as far as their impact on the game is concerned, so there is a bit of a timing to exploit here for IG, and it's though it could just end up playing out exactly the same as the previous game where they fall prey to the split push and can't quite end the game quickly enough. Though this time around, they are on the dire side, so there's always that late game factor or at least the early late game factor to keep in mind.
The YYF Clockwork, 50% win rate. WPC pulling out the big stats there. But we'll see what the plan is going to be as far as the last picks are concerned. Storm, the last ban for DK, waiting on IG's last ban. And probably going to see that onto another support here. Unless DK go like Virtus Pro style with a 4-position support Brewmaster. But
I don't want to see that.
Kind of yucky.
Please no.
It did win a game against Mouse Sports, but I still think it was kind of yucky. Not a fan.
Okay. So IG gonna get rid of the Enigma. DK have been looking towards these greedy jungling support picks when they have the opportunity to, so I think a heads up ban from IG and DK. What could we be looking at? Probably nothing too greedy because they already have the Lion.
Yeah.
There is still a Disruptor in the pool, which is really nice to have against the Lycan and the Clockwork and the
Maybe
Mirana.
like a
So
Lamb Sand King or something even. Well, I mean, I guess that's a bit greedy with trying to farm the jungle, but fit in okay. He plays Earthshaker a bit too. I mean, that's kind of similar boat to a Sand King, maybe less farm dependent. Although I think I like the Sand King better.
Sand King
there
and
we go.
Earthshaker are a little bit vulnerable to the Clockwork. But if you're jumping, okay, well, they
it's
are
an
going to end up
Earthshaker.
there for the US.
It's the Lamb Shaker. Everyone will remember the MLG Columbus where he pulled this one out.
That's your clip, gods. That's the
They're all
in the intro.
I don't even know what I say in that clip anymore. I've seen that.
He's got one slam. He's got the yeah. You know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. I got you.
Everybody knows what. Everybody that's watched BTS for any time recently.
I need to learn that intro like word for word. I still haven't done that. I can like unmute the mic and voice over it, and people won't even notice at some point.
Yeah, fair enough. Sounds like a plan. So at DK, they do end up going for the Earthshaker. It's nice for protecting the Brewmaster. It's nice for stalling the game out a little bit, holding off the push. Also, there's a fair amount of summons, so the Echo Slam's going to be pretty nice. But IG round things off with a last pick Ember. So they changed tack a little bit. I mean, I did talk about the potential for them to round things out with something like a semi-carry for mid, and Ferrari is definitely a formidable Ember Spirit player, but at the same time, it does slow down the overall pacing of their lineup a bit. But they can always transition to Mirana if things get ultra late. Shadow Shaman's a support that scales pretty well. So the only person that they're really going to be leaving behind is the Clockwork, who can still definitely have an impact. He's just not a carry, is the only thing that you can raise against him.
All right, well, shenanigans right off the bat. We need a popping game for this. Ice. What's he got planned here?
It's not Ice. It's Mushi.
Oh, Mushi, sorry, yeah. Mushi on the Nature's Prophet and up to no good. He's got Tangos, which I'm not sure what...
He's already tangoed a tree. So
yeah,
this one...
what's the... Okay, so he's just doing this to prevent the Clockwork trick. Okay, gotcha.
This is the path that he's opened up. Here.
Oh, I like this. Dealing with the Clockwork offlane in a very sneaky way. It does mean he has level 1 teleport, but he's going solo mid, it looks like.
Yeah, he's got a Null Talisman picked up, so it looks like that is definitely the plan for DK. And I guess with that said, we can quickly finish off the DK lineup, but there's no big surprises in store, guys. It's MMY on the Lion. It's Ice actually going to be on the Brewmaster here, which is going to leave... Well, we already introduced Mushi. Burning's going to be on the offlane Weaver. Looks like he actually Shikuchi'd his way up to block out the opposing safe lane pull. And that's going to leave Lanham on the Earthshaker. So definitely some shenanigans coming out of DK to start things out, but overall things looking pretty good. And this ward will block the camp. I think it's placed far enough to the right that it should hit the edge of the spawn box.
2 spots in this little tree spot.
Yeah, the spawn box intersects the middle of that little circle. So
well, on the dire side,
not quite the middle.
We'll introduce Invictus Gaming, currently up 2-1 in this best of 7. We've got Faith playing a support Shadow Shaman. We've got Chuan on the support Mirana. Luo playing a safe lane Lycan for the 3rd time this series. Ferrari 430 on the solo mid Ember Spirit. Poor man shield first for him. And then finally, YYF offlane Clockwork. Gonna quickly realize that this cogs block of his ain't gonna work.
DK with the strats. So the ever-evolving metagame of Dota 2 continues to shine through here. And so what is the plan for DK? They definitely want to secure... I mean, they've put the Brewmaster safe lane, so they're trying to secure this Big Dagger as fast as possible. Again, this is something that DK have done in the past with putting their carry in the off lane for a little bit just to secure something on the safe lane and then shuffle things around a little bit later on. So I like this from them, and they are on the Radiant side as well. So this is a really nice way to take full advantage of how good the Radiant off lane is.
Definitely not the first time I've seen Burning in the offlane on a Weaver as well. Like, I feel like they've done this before where they maybe put like a Ice safe lane solo or even just kind of some utility safe lane hero. And, well, we'll see how Burning does. He's right now going to contest a little bit of a pull here coming in from Chuan on the side. Chuan getting a few neutral last hits, but trading back and forth. There is Howl for the IG side, and that's going to help them as far as last hits in all 3 lanes are concerned. YYF sees MMY come aggressive on him, but he just turns around. That plus damage from the Howl means all these IG heroes just have a much better time in the early game last hitting.
Yeah. Did you happen to notice what? Oh, there. Okay, that's where. No, where is IG's second sentry ward? I think they may have used it to block the side pull, and then DK
It's
actually
bottom lane.
dewarded.
It's
Oh, is it
blocking
bottom lane?
the
Oh,
medium
there
camp,
it is. Okay, so Faith actually gets mind gamed a little bit there. He's like, no way he uses a standard block to block my pull camp. So I'm gonna place a sentry that gets the non-standard wards, but yeah, it is a standard ward. It would have been dewarded by the standard deward, but
He would have had to put it inside the trees, though. Otherwise, he wouldn't have had vision of that. He'd have to either tango through or put it inside. But yeah. Tough times.
And also, they have no sentry to be able to deal with burning here either.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they could potentially, they can potentially shackle him into an arrow, but Landham is gonna be sitting there with the Fisher the whole time. So, it's probably not gonna happen.
And chances are, even with the sentries or dust, it's gonna be hard to get a killer as long as Earthshaker's there. So they'd rather try and go for the pulls and use the sentry wards for that. But so far, neither team finding any real openings in this top lane. It is a MMY jungle line. He gets the double pull through to the big camp. That's a cheeky little play. Pulls the small camp, pulls the big one over here. So he actually can double pull even with this medium camp blocked out, which is some really nice play from your line.
Incoming. Yeah, it's a really close timing.
And YYF misses the rocket flare timing to block the pull camp. You've got to time it so that the rocket flare is above the camp, for those of you tuning you unaware, and then it doesn't actually respawn, but slightly mistimed.
Yeah, because the flare is actually a unit, so it counts for the check at the 0-0 with whether or not there's anything in the camp. But yeah, I am yet to see an offlane Clockwork player who hits it consistently. Even people who have practiced the timing and have found the exact spot where they want to be and the what second they want to launch the rocket, it's still very, very difficult to do.
There was one game, I think it was LGDN playing, when it was first brought out. Brax did it like 6 times in a row. Meanwhile, top lane, there is a fissure onto 2 heroes here. There's a TP in from Mushi. They're going for kills here. The Sprout, though, kind of blocks off the chase. Burning wants to chase down Faith. Faith is salving up. Gets hit by the Shikuchi. That's going to cancel. Lewis going to fight Mushi. Mushi may pay the price here. Faith is going to get the first blood with the help of his teammate. He's still alive. Burning gets hit by an arrow as well. And Burning, Shikuchi knocking him. It's up, but he gets perma-stunned and brought down. What a disaster for DK in the top lane. Oh, boy.
Losing 2 cores for just the support kill was definitely not worth it, and a really nice
first
arrow
blood went to IG.
Yep.
Split between Lycan and Shadow Shaman.
Aggressive play, but DK get punished for it. So, there you go.
Mushi's Sprout, it caused some problems there. Because they were actually, with the Prophet TPing, if he had like treants so we could chop down the trees, I think they get that and the treants can even take the tower. So they probably lose no one, but the Sprout blocking their chase didn't work out too well for DK. They are going to get aggressive once again here. Chuan may be forced to use a leap here, and he will do so just to get back to the safety of his own tower.
Yeah, meanwhile, Luo just hanging out in the jungle a little bit, so Chuan soaking up those levels, and IG, I think, pretty happy with, going to be very happy with how that gank played out, but also still pretty happy with how the early game is going. And DK are putting quite a bit of pressure on Ice to make plays once he gets this Blink Dagger, but they are making space for him as well.
Yeah. Well, YWF going to make his way in towards the neutral pole. Meanwhile, actually, it was a gank towards mid lane. Nature's Prophet gets brought down by a Mirana arrow, as well as the Shadow Shaman rotating in. So we'll see IG get their 3rd kill of the game, and once again, it's on the Nature's Prophet. Mushi having a tough time here. 0 and 2 for him early on.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, and that really sets back his progression. It's just going to be TPing back to the middle lane, but yeah, early game going really nicely for IG. Ferrari even going to get some damage down on the tier 1, courtesy of this double damage rune. So things looking even better from that, and another TP comes in. Chuan wants to keep the pressure on.
Hunting again for Mushi. If Mushi gets caught by this, or you can even lead with the Searing Chains. Sleight of Fist Searing Chains sets up an arrow, and he's going to get it. The arrow going to follow Mushi. Needs to sidestep, but does so just in time. Chuan had to just go for the insta arrow, hoping that the shackles landed. Couldn't wait for it to land. And meanwhile, top lane, Clockwork gonna go down. Weaver actually TPing in from the Clockwork. What's Clockwork doing up top? Level 4 Clockwork shows
Level
up.
Level 4 Clockwork, yeah.
Doesn't really doesn't really get the best out. I guess with Lycan, he was semi-rotating into the jungle, but well, the mid lane gank on Prophet doesn't work. Meanwhile, at the same time, it's a top lane where DK find their 2nd kill of the game.
Yeah, and I thought I heard an arrow. But
yeah, it was top lane looking for Burning, but Not going to get the kill. And
So Ferrari's doing still pretty well mid.
Yeah, he's
got really good CS.
Up there on CS. Speaking of CS, Brewmaster leading the way is rushing that Blink Dagger. And he's level 7, so Blink Dagger should be up in the next couple minutes. And then he can look to rotate to other lanes. Has a TP scroll already, should opportunities arise where he can get involved, but a lot harder for him to rotate. He may just want to go for a kill on Clockwork, and, well, MMY showing up just for that cause. And for now, YYF playing things safe.
And Mushi just threatening some TPs around the place as well. They're coming in.
Mushi going to TP in. Ice doesn't even have to ulti for this one. YYF just going to get right click down. Mushi getting the last hit as well, so that's going to get him close to his phase boots if he wants them. And yeah, things looking much better for DK after that early game snafu in the top lane underneath the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, and they've got Treants ready to summon up, so should they even be able to get some damage down to this tier 1? And well, Chuan, he has a TP scroll, but he's a little bit more interested in trying to find this arrow on Burning, but right into a creep.
Yeah, Burning was on the left side of the creep wave, so he sees the arrow coming in. Even if it's thrown in such a way that he can't dodge it, he can Shikuchi before it lands, and then there's no real follow-up. Actually, there's the Sentry Ward, so they could theoretically kill him if the arrow lands. But Blink on Brewmaster, defending this bottom tier 1. Possible death trap. If YYF moves forward to try and draw aggro off the tower, he could be in some trouble. Gets the range grip with the rocket flare, but that's about all he's got for now. Meanwhile, mid lane, Ferrari putting a lot of pressure on this tower. TP in from Mushi, and he wants to try and defend this. Ferrari's committing to the tower, though. Will take a lot of damage. There's no glyph online, which means this is entirely possible. There's a TP in from Brewmaster, but it's too late. He Fire Remnant's out. Ferrari got a regen rune as well off of this. That's a wasted TP from Ice. He was really banking on getting that kill there. Well played by Ferrari on the Ember Spirit.
And he's not done? Arrow, not gonna happen.
Burning sees it. Well, C/hears/ just knows it's coming. That Spidey sense. Meanwhile, Brewmaster, Chuan, he's not gonna get the kill there. Chuan just TP's out. Ice stills the ultimate, and he may be forced to use it. Blink, not gonna happen, not with this Flame Guard. Does Ice just pop the ultimate? What's the plan here? He's got to clap soon, but I don't think this is gonna work. He doesn't get the ulti off, and it's a free kill for Ferrari. That's a tough one. Like, if you're Ice, you use your ultimate, you don't have it for a couple minutes. You don't use it, you die. So I'm not sure what the best plan is there, really.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, that last couple of minutes was just so nicely played by Ferrari. He puts pressure on, he gets the TPs, he still gets the tower last hit, kills the Brewmaster, and yeah, Ferrari showing
bottom.
why
were you? Oh! He got pushed out of the cogs! The Sprout / Treants, like, pushed him out of the cogs when he was going to kill MMY. Although, with that said, the Treants may have just tanked up some of the battery assault damage, but that was very awkward. The Sprout pushed him out. It wasn't even the Treants. Just straight up Sprout, and Clockwork was, like, relocated out of his own cogs. Volvo, please. And yeah, Mushi, he's done for. There's a Shackles, X, everything thrown at him. And easy pickings for IG. They're just finding kills left, right, and center here, and that's good news.
DK match it. They're going for a smoke. 3-man up towards the top lane.
Yeah. Love to find a kill here on Lua, who does have Treads Vlads already. Can pop the ultimate, so they need to lock him down perfectly. The Fissure can lead the way with the Hex Impale to follow. But right now, he's playing things safe, just farming with his Lycan Wolves. And there's TP backup. He's got support. Chuan's there, and there it goes in. Ice needs to pop his ultimate. Cops an arrow first. The Hex is there, but that's not going to slow him down. The Echo Slam will finish the job. Accident Nature's Prophet ultimate being used. Ferrari now quickly realizes he's in over his head as the Brewmaster ultimate is there waiting for him. One more Boulder Toss could spell his demise. Not going to get dropped just yet. Boulder Toss is available. Almost losing MMY there. Ferrari getting stunned up under the tower. The Fissure there as well. Nature's Prophet with a couple right clicks. Ferrari goes down. 2-for-0 trade. YYF has hookshot, but not willing to go for it just yet, and with good reason. There's 5 DK heroes here at the top lane, and he's got limited support and backup. Really good use of that Brewmaster ultimate. That's where just dying to Ferrari before pays off for Ice. Hookshot in under the tower, catches out the Earthshaker. Impale is going to be used on YYF. Lamb now trapped, going to be left to hang and dry. No teammates supporting him. Faith is looking for more with the lockdown here. Ice needs to blink as well as TP. 1 second away. Serpent Wards get dropped, but he gets the blink out. He's gone. He's back to safety. Just in time. Narrowly escapes the Serpent Ward drop on top of him.
Yeah, now can IG push this tower? That was...
No Serpent Wards. They have got the Vlads, though.
Yeah.
They show Ice just chuckling to himself. Alright, TP's coming in. Looks like DK want to try and defend. Burning. He shows up. Ice gets caught by the searing chains as well as a 5-second arrow. That's going to be the death of your Brewmaster. Possibly even burning as the shackles is there. Double, triple even maybe. Flame Remnant being used to blow up your Weaver in the shackles. And, well, Moonlight Shadow to follow just to try and help cover a possible retreat as well as maybe look for some more kills. Mushi says, get me out of here. He makes his way bottom lane, going to start off some good old split push. As this tier 1 bottom tower is going to be defended by a TP in, but it's going down one way or another. We'll see if Lua can get the deny. Mushi, faking. He's not going to get it. Watching like 8 Treants cancel attack animations. Like doing a little dance. It's the Treant salsa.
Nice deny, and IG getting a lot out of that. It seemed just really indecisive from DK. They're like, oh, well, they don't have Serpent Wards, but we don't have Brewmaster Ultimate. Do we try and defend? And the half-hearted defense ends up costing them pretty big, losing both the Brewmaster and the Weaver there. So more momentum going the way of IG, and well, they've almost taken down all the tier 1 towers, so looking towards Roshan, not going to be too surprising, and could even head in there right now, actually, as Lua goes in. They're 10 seconds away from having the Serpent Wards.
Farah's got no Flame Remnants for 5 seconds. He may have just got himself picked off. The arrow going to come through, but gets nicely sidestepped by Ice South. There we go. He did actually have a Fire Remnant at the mid lane. He didn't have any extra ones to use, but he did have one on the map. And meanwhile, Serpent Wards dropped at the mid tier 1 tower. And with all these DK spells on cooldown, contesting this is tricky. Ice has his ultimate, but it's just level 1. He gets hooked into as well. The arrow's there, unfortunately not going to land. Ice can't get the ultimate off. Oh, he gets hexed up just before he casts it. Ice burst down there. Lycan picks up the Aegis. Do you know, can you actually cast Primal Split with Battery Salt on you, or is it not possible? I don't think you can.
I feel like Brewmaster's cast point may be just a little bit too long.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that one, but we didn't get to truly see there as Shadow Shaman interfered with that hex, but IG now have Aegis on their side and are looking good.
Yeah, I mean, DK, this is just some weird calls, honestly, from them. Like, they called to defend top. They wanted to try and defend Roshan as well, but the whole team does not seem to be on the same page right now, and that's really where IG are punishing them.
All right, Burning. Bottles up a haste rune here at the bottom lane, but I don't think they want to really defend bottom. They've got the Primal Split. Ice is making his way down there, but you're fighting into a Lycan with Aegis.
Radiant's bottom tower is
and
under
the
attack.
Push is going to continue for now. IG playing it safe, recognizing that there is a Blink Dagger Brewmaster on the other team, as well as a lot of heroes missing on the map. And Ferrari's happy to just keep on farming. He's made his way top lane. Now going to TP bottom in. We'll see what kind of initiation IG can do. Moonlight Shadow could be used to go in. They're going to start with a smoke, though. Not much Radiant detection near this bottom lane. Sentry wards only on the Earthshaker. MMY has dust, but they could get caught by surprise here. Dire Vision as well with the Observer Ward. They go in. Sleight of Fist misses everyone! He somehow got the Sleight of Fist in between all 3 heroes. Make it 4 heroes. Arrow going to go in as well now, and that's going to land spot on MMY. Serpent Wards get dropped. Looks like Ferrari wants to finish off MMY on the line. One more Sleight of Fist is needed. The hookshot, though, going to do the job there. Lamb TP's out. Ditches the tier 1 tower. Primal Split's being used as well by Ice. He's now on the run. This Earth Panda has to be kept alive. Got to get that blink off as soon as you come out of the Primal Split. And that's something which it looks like IG don't want to allow to happen, and not going to get the blink off. Ice hits by an arrow. Brought down now. 2 hero kills and a tier 1 tower go IG's way. Really good stuff from Invictus Gaming.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, this is looking really bad for DK. They've got a mech up on Mushi, but they're not able to take fights, so the late game power of the Nature's Prophet is pretty well minimized. Burning is getting alright farm, but he's not going to be able to win this by himself, and Ice is just not getting a huge amount. I mean, he's had one good Primal Split so far this game, but they invest at bottom lane and they don't win a team fight. That bodes very poorly for DK, right?
Some sushi by Mushi, and he backdoors the tier 1 mid tower against Luo's will, and he's going to go for a TP out. Should be able to get out in time. Clockwork, not in range for a hookshot, also on cooldown, so small victories going DK's way. They lose a tier 2 tower at bottom in the meantime, but at least they get themselves some gold, and right now they'll take anything they can get. Earthshaker needs a Blink Dagger. Brewmaster needs a level 11, speaking of which, that's very far away. And they just need whatever gold they can get. Burning has picked up a Midas 16 minutes in. Not a terrible time to get a Midas, but when you're this far behind, it's not an item that's going to help him fight into IG at all.
Yeah, this is now the plan for DK. Mushi also picks up a Midas after getting that tier 1 mid. Yeah. So 2 fairly late Midases, but DK deciding, okay, look, we're not winning team fights. there's no single item that we're gonna pick up that's gonna change that too much. So we're just gonna hope that we can stall things out a little bit with the Earthshaker and the Brewmaster. But IG really bringing the fight to them, and every single set of Serpent Wards is translating into a tower.
Yeah, and IG just going to find a freebie as tier 2 top tower being pressured by DK, but they can easily get back and defend that one. They're in no rush to end things here. Even with the Aegis still on their side, they don't really need to go for a high ground push just yet. They've still got a good couple of minutes on that. They're going to lurk around, look for a pickoff. Even with Luo top, they can still kind of fight 4v5. At least get a pickoff and then get out is going to be maybe the plan here, because DK does not really fight ready. Prophet doesn't offer much to the team fight, neither does your Weaver. It's pretty much all centered around the Brewmaster with his Blink ulti. And we'll see.
IG have so many ways to deal with them. They've got the Clockwork, they've got the Blink Dagger up on the Shadow Shaman.
Yep.
This is a very dangerous time to be Ice.
They saw the Rocket Flare flying upwards, so they think Clockwork's like at the secret shop area. They're pinging. Well, actually, that's an IG ping this time around. They're not going to find anyone just yet, but there is going to be Luo showing up. He's got the Aegis, though. They can kill him once, and they kill him twice. Finger of Death is there, is used as well. TP out. They blow the Aegis.
Go, 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 go.
1, 2, 3, 4 TPs.
Yeah. Everybody out.
That
DK
Aegis was expiring in a minute anyways. Like, that to me is not even not a loss for IG at all. It's DK who now can't defend because they don't have... Well, it's just Finger of Death use, I guess, but... That was like a null trade almost.
Yeah, pretty much. Mushi gets a little bit of split pushing done, but we've already talked about it so far this series. The Ember Spirit is a really nice response to the Nature's Prophet, and Ferrari doesn't even have his Battle Fury just yet. Things are only going to get better for him, and well, IG deciding, look, it's tower time one more time. Tier 2 under siege, and I mean DK, no intentions whatsoever of defending this. They're all just sitting back at the tier 3.
DK went for a really big change in roles. Like in the past, we've seen them just swap out Mushi and Ice when there's like an Invoker Central draft. But this was Ice safe lane, Mushi mid on the Nature's Prophet, and then, well, I guess Mushi normally playing mid, but on a different kind of mid hero on Nature's Prophet, and then burning offlane Weaver. And it's not working out. The draft and the laning just doesn't seem to suit the way DK normally play. It just hasn't really translated well into this game 4.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, Ice under a lot of pressure to play perfectly on the Brewmaster, but it's just so difficult. Hookshot's gonna whiff.
That was lucky for Lamb, as that he's farming completely alone, trying to get his Blink Dagger up, and he goes back to farming. Close. He's like, yeah, Hookshot's on cooldown, let's go in. But Faith is there with a Blink Hex. Lamb, man, you may have dodged the Hookshot, but you're not dodging this one. That was a bit cocky. With that said, I think he thought it was just the Clockwork coming his way. They did smoke for it as well, so... Well, IG in even better position. They'll sweep the Necrobook 3s through the jungle, try and find whatever Observer Wards they can. There is a DK ward near the middle lane, which the Necrobooks could find. Are they going to go that way? Doesn't look like it. Looks like they're just going to do some neutral farming. Alright. Bottom lane, burning invis. Wants to probably just pop his Midas here. Maybe actually go for a kill on Ferrari. Fire Remnant near the Ancients. It expires though. Ooh. He had a Fire Remnant here, which expired like a second after he got ganked. I wonder if the plan was to kind of Fire Remnant into that, but he got hexed and then brought down before he had the chance to. That's a nice little pick off for Mushi.
Yeah. DK are going to take whatever they can get at this point, just to keep on dragging the game out and let these Midases pay off. And we'll see if... I don't know if IG are going to give them too much of a chance, but again, it seems to have been the trend, at least so far this series, that it's actually the team that's on the front foot going into the mid-game ends up being the team that loses. So I guess that's kind of what DK are playing into a little bit here. I don't think that was the plan at all, but they definitely had this backup strat available in their draft, and IG just have to see what they can do.
Have to be so careful top. Clockwork has a hook shot, but MMY was just there like, look, we're not going to go reveal ourselves. I'll throw an Impale, set things up for your Fisher, and you farm the creep wave. So that's Earthshaker now 50 gold away from his Blink Dagger. And he's going to be a happy camper. He's happy to just sit in the base until he gets that 40 gold, which he needs for the Blink now.
Yeah, IG
is going to come up big this game.
Yeah, and that's the priority here for DK. They really want the Blink Echo Slam ready to defend and buy some more time. I don't think it necessarily wins them team fights outright to the point where they start turning around the game, but it's definitely a necessary tool for stalling at this point. But IG are only just making final preparations, I think, for an attempt on the high ground. We've got a gem picked up on Chuan. We've got the Battle Fury completed on the Ember Spirit, so they're hitting a little bit of a timing here. Luo has his Necro 3, another 2.6k gold. Probably still wants to finish up a BKB before they do too much more, and maybe they can wait around for this next Roshan. So I guess that's the big opportunity for IG. And if DK can hold that, then I think they're looking all right. But that could be where things just completely fall apart. Yeah.
They're gonna have BKB Lycan with Aegis, Shadow Shaman. Looks like just gonna go for a Blink 4-star, but Shadow Shaman is getting close-ish to that level 11. But the Roshan experience will help a lot there. Mushi's done a really good job getting some offending his teleport. He's going to scout out with Treants, which kind of reveals the fact that he's been somewhere nearby, but for now, Mushi just wants to get good vision up. He got that one ward there, the one in the dire jungle as well, as Treant's just going to be looking to help keep Mushi safe. And there we go, TP's out, A-OK.
So is Mushi microing the Treants, or is somebody else microing the Treants?
I think it's Mushi.
Surely it's Mushi.
Yeah.
I think it's Mushi. I don't know. I think people overstate maybe a little bit how that he doesn't like to play micro. YYF gets jumped. They're making full use of this Blink Dagger. Can they finish it? Yes, they can. Finger of Death's going to be just
Here
enough.
comes the counter gank. Ember Spirit gets the 2 hero shackles off, cancels Lamp and MMY's TP. It's a disaster for the DK support heroes. They may get the Clockwork kill, but they pay for it with 2 lives. Both kills going to the Lycan. There's your BKB if he wants it. And, well, imagine we see IG there. They can't really go for an all-out push now, but they're going to make their way towards that Roshan pit, which is going to be respawning in about 15-20 seconds time.
And DK used 2-minute plus cooldowns for that as well. The rank 1 Echo Slam and the Finger of Death. So even if they'd gotten out without, I mean, only losing 1 hero, maybe losing 0, I don't know if that would have been even the most successful defense. And yeah, Roshan's going to be up in just about 20 seconds time. So
I imagine they figure they have time to get their ultimates back up because IG are going to go Roche. So they're probably thinking, I mean, if they get out, I think they're just like, well, then IG aren't coming our way. They're going to wait for that hero to respawn, then they go Roche, then maybe they start pushing. And by then, we should have Echo Slam back up. And for Lamb, it's like, this kill is going to help me get my level 11. Level 2 Echo Slam could be a big difference maker if this is going to come down to high ground defenses from Team DK, which at this stage, it looks like it's going to be happening soon. IG working on the Roshan right now as we speak.
Yeah, not going to be too difficult for them to pick it up. Are DK going to have any new items before this high ground attempt? Mushi has a Shadow Blade.
Ice is close to an Aghanim Scepter, and that would be a decent item pickup. Just the level 4 clap with 2 in the Brawler and 1 in the Haze, but even just that extra clap in a team fight could do a lot of damage.
Yeah, it is a little bit underwhelming when you frame it as, you know, just the second clap. It is, you know, a bit of extra burst with the Drunken Brawler.
Drunken Haze is really good at level 1 even. That's 45% miss still, so... You drop that on the Lycan or something, I guess... Oh, he's not going BKB as well, he's going Heart of Trash, which I think is a fine item choice. Especially for pushing the Heart is better, because you can take damage while sieging the high ground, then heal it back up using the Heart regen. And you're just a lot tankier in the sense of raw HP. You're more susceptible to getting burst down by nukes like Earthshaker and Lion, but assuming you can survive it, you heal back up and you're good to go. So I almost like this item better than the BKB.
Yeah, I think it's definitely fine. I mean, I guess it doesn't necessarily change too much whether or not they're going to be winning fights, though Luo might be spending a lot of time in the air. So we'll see.
Yep. Well, IG now getting ready to prepare for this mid lane high ground push. The Heart of Tarask not there just yet, but the recipe's coming out in the courier. They've gone high ground at least with Ferrari, and unfortunately no arrow to follow. If he gets hit by a 5-second arrow with a Searing Chains, he's done for. They will fully commit to that kill if they can. Oh, Searing Chains catches the 2 supports there. Mech is being just popped casually, and Ferrari's just going to keep on spamming this. If he hits a good Shackles and then you hit an arrow after it, you're in trouble with DK. Prophet's not even going to try and defend just yet. Goes top, looking for that tier 2 top tower. Meanwhile, in the mid lane high ground, another 2 Shackle. Ice, mate. He gets hit by the arrow, doesn't get the ultimate off. He's got no buyback as well, it looks like. Bernie gets the timelapse off just barely. MMY, meanwhile, there's your blink! Echo Slam from Lamb. Gets just the Ember Spirit, though, and that's an Aegis on him. Lua's going to chase down Lamb here. Don't chase too far. Work on the Raxes. And with 4 heroes dead, Rax is under siege. DK have been
Radiant's
broken.
middle
Mushi takes the
barracks
tier
are
2
under
top tower. He's
attack.
going to keep going at top. He can't really defend or do anything back at base, and IG are not going to stop at 1 racks. They want bottom lane as well. Serpent Wards will finish this off with the help of the
Radiant's
creep wave, and
middle
now
barracks
they
has
get to
fallen.
work on bottom.
Ferrari Ember Spirit is
Radiant's
just
bottom tower
ridiculous.
is under
And
attack.
Chuan's
This game has
Mirana,
been-
he's hitting
Yeah.
Bottom
huge
tower
arrows this
has
game. That was
fallen.
that was
Chuan's
like the
performance
5th or
over the
6th
whole
one.
series has been
Radiant's bottom
absolutely
barracks has fallen.
fantastic.
Dyer's
Huge
top
props to
tower
him.
is under
No,
attack.
it's been a really nicely... IG as a whole, the team, the coordination, the strategy has just been there. I don't think you can really say any player's been a weak link at any point in this series. And they get
Dyer's
double
top
racks up
tower
on
is
DK.
under
DK
attack.
going to play this one out, but back against the wall, and suddenly, well, you give them not even like a 1% chance to win this game when you're down 4 racks at 27 minutes into the game.
No, IG can just throw bodies at the final lane of Rex. Really.
Burning's
I
only
think
now
until
got a
they win.
27-minute Lincoln Sphere. It's not 100% over, but it's pretty damn close.
Yeah, this Weaver is still going to take a while to be any kind of relevant threat. The Nature's Prophet is honestly... I mean, he's not that poor. He has items, but just his overall impact.
Mushi
isn't,
just TP'd onto this Observer Ward. And IG just sent 5 heroes his way. He's got a Shadow Blade. He buys a TP scroll. He's going to use this ASAP. Hookshot YYF. Go for it. Throw it Blind Sun. Oh, doesn't go for it. Rocket
Faith
Flare
didn't
goes
even
down.
chase at all. His Force Staff and his Blink Dagger are both on cooldown. He's just like, well, whatever. I'm just going to assume that he saw us and that he's out. So
Yeah.
that's that.
I guess he's got Shadow Blade and Teleport Scroll, so it's kind of hard to lock him down, but
Yeah,
little
do
did
have
they
any
know he
answers?
was
Just
very,
the-
very killable.
Yeah, just the gem on the Mirana. Okay, so
Alright.
Aghanim Scepter up. DK with a final gasp. Echo Slam in 20 seconds. They'd like to stall for that. They don't have Glyph, however.
Oh, and just blink high ground with the Serpent Wards. The Necrobooks as well going to do some work here. Brewmaster goes in with a Primal Split, but this is not going to be anywhere near enough. YYF can just shrug off most of this damage. MMY tries to go in, but he gets hit by a hook shot from Clockwork. That's a dead line. Prophet also on the sidelines now. YYF taking a bit of damage here. Burning trying to finish him off. Gets mech'd up though. From the high ground there, YYF trapped in his own cogs. Needs to break his way
Look out.
through. Burning. Echo Slam only catches the Clockwork. Lamb needed more, and now he gets hit by a 5-second arrow from Chuan. The steering chains as well as the sleight of fist spam is just doing too much work. IG though, they're still up against 5 heroes here. Ice has got to keep on chasing. Gets caught out by a steering chains. Ferrari now wants back in. Ice is going to get shackled up, brought down. And well, Lycan still full HP, has the ultimate, has a harder harass to help him go into the high ground, and with the tier 3 tower dead, Rax is exposed. This looks like the end for DK in game 4, and IG are going to be up 3 games to 1. It's going to be match point for
Radiant's
IG.
top barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle
IG
tower
just,
is under attack.
they're playing so well here. Now they're just going to finish things off here. There's your GG call. Ferrari ends things with a double kill. This has been by far the most convincing game of any, and partly because of the IG strat, which was the Lycan plus Shadow
IG
Shaman push strat, but
victory.
they executed it to near perfection.
Yeah, and DK, if they were going to win, they needed bigger plays out of Mushi and Ice, but they both got pretty deftly dealt with. So looked like a very easy win for IG, and the games are getting shorter now as we move a little bit further in. 29 minutes now the max. But yeah, there was so much pressure on Ice to have a fantastic game on Brewmaster, and it just wasn't enough for them to be winning fights. And DK just never really got things back together. So I don't know.
I think it's important to
looking
note
tough.
the only game DK have won has been the game where every player was on their standard role and lane. Every game where they've had to mix things up, put Burning on the off lane here, put Mushi in the off lane, send Ice me on the Invoker. Every game they've done that, they've lost. The only game they won was that game 3 with Burning safe lane farming. Naga, Ice on the off lane, Batrider, and Mushi in the mid lane. So stick to what works almost is kind of maybe the lesson to be learnt there.
Yeah, and DK are also kind of falling back a little bit on the just not necessarily for protect burning, but it's always having burning as the win condition for the game. And this is that's something that we've seen out of them in when they're struggling in series and things like that. This is what is supposed to be tried and tested and works, but they've tried small variations on it, but they are definitely struggling a little bit with the mix-ups. So we'll see. Maybe they'll just go standard again.
Yeah, the one thing I think the Invoker's okay, but that's like the main kind of variation they should do of their initial lane stamp. I'm surprised they haven't gone for that Faceless Void Invoker Ancient Apparition combo, because that's something DK run every now and then, and it's a combo which I don't think I've seen them lose with, because of how it's a pretty easy to execute combo, and as long as Void gets his levels and doesn't get crushed in lane, like that's something which I feel DK almost would fall back on in a big game, but we'll see what they do now. They're down 3-1. They were down 3-0 last year, well, in the WPC Grand Final, so it's definitely a situation which DK can still win from. The question is, do you think they can actually do it, Base Skip? Do you think it's likely to happen?
It's astronomically unlikely. Like,
Okay.
just being a realist here.
Yep.
The chances of IG finding some nice niche pick to win a draft, the chances of them being able to get something a little bit, cheesy out are good. And also, they've just looked like the stronger team up until this point, honestly. It's not like they've been cheesing wins out up until now. They've just been beating DK in straight-up games. So I don't see any reason to say that, oh, look, maybe DK can get a comeback, but I definitely give their odds as being someone's.
All right, well, you heard it here first. We've got Game 5 coming up. DK back against the wall. Unlikely to come back, but still a possibility. It's a WPC Grand Finals. I'm Gods from Beyond the Summit. Joining me is Baseskip. If you want to follow us, support us, you can follow Baseskip at Baseskip on Twitter. I'm at BTS Gods. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's Game 5. We're going to see if DK can make the comeback, if the dream is real, or if IG are going to look to crush it. WPC Grand Finals continue soon.